some people ask, was there a catalyst? Was there something that stimulated or instigated the change? I wouldn't say so, because it's always in me. So from the age of 5 or 6, there was a definite desire which was understood from within the parental upbringing, which was African-centered in a deeper sense, ancillary and external to parents' upbringing, and was considered a danger and a problem from a very young age, 5 or 6. Perhaps a manifestation of my mother's father somewhat, but then she had rejected that. So seeing me therefore was a rejection of the same thing that had been passed down through the family line. There was also an acknowledgement of the impact that my existence might have on siblings. So there was a desire to separate me away from my siblings, my brothers, in case I influenced them towards consciousness. And this was overtly stated and has been subsequently stated and sometimes apologized later on, but actually was a direct manifestation of something that was innately spiritual. So we look for pivotal moments where something changed from one thing to another. But that's because we don't really understand the nature of spirituality to understand that it was always there in the first place. If it isn't there, it can't be triggered. If the spiritual aspect isn't manifested, then it can't be brought to a realization. It's like we take Malcolm, for example. A lot of what Malcolm wrote in his autobiography is a political doctrine created to, in a sense, make an advert for himself at that moment as a member of the Nation of Islam. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily an accurate account of what he was spiritually going through as a child. If we look carefully about things, and people like Professor John Henry Clarke will tell you, who knew him very, very well, Malcolm had always got an element of consciousnness in him. Even when he was doing the criminal aspect out in the street, there was always an element of consciousness in his being. It just took several incidents to bring that out, but it was always there. So all a trigger can do is manifest something that is already present. If it's not present, it can't be brought out. If we're talking about myself, I don't like to talk about myself too much because it's not really just about me in that personal sense. But there wasn't a moment, an incident that occurred that manifested itself in that form, but it was something that was latent, that was always growing inside. And once the separation had occurred spiritually, then the growing could happen exponentially. Africanus.